ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on.
It's Wrestling Observer Live. We're live 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, Sundays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, and little old Saturday show, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. It's Jim Valley.
Thicker than a Snickers.
The effing king of recovery.
Faster than a cat with whiskers.
Back because of the fans.
Each and every one of you.
The largest gathering of trailer park trash.
You all fat, neck-bearded, mouth-breathing trolls.
They don't have adrenaline in their soul.
As you know, I've beaten death 6 times. 6-0. I swear to God, these 3-hour Smackdowns are gonna kill me. Smackdown's gonna kill me. Thank you for the great response last week as I unpacked everything from the new amended Janelle Grant lawsuit. Had a lot of positive response. I appreciate that. Gives me a little faith in humanity. Of course, it's also so important that only the usual credible podcast talked about it. None of the grifters. That's how you can tell they're grifters. Of course, there were exactly 0 questions about it. The Royal Rumble press conference. Basically, all the questions were, how do you feel about being so awesome and basking in your awesomeness? That line, by the way, is from my new friend Meg. Follow her on Blue Sky at Student of Sound. We do have news today. WWE releases several talents, and we have a new and very surprising Defy World Heavyweight Champion. Some crazy stuff out of Seattle last night. Will Osprey gives a pedigree to Triple H? What? Sort of. In the multiverse, he did it anyway. Plus, I'll save you a lot of time. I'll cover the 3-hour Smackdowns, a waste of my time. It is basically a 2-hour show stretched over 3 hours. I've watched them now. I've come to that conclusion. I cannot wait for them to end. All right, we got a lot to do. Stand by. Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live.
You are clear. Steel Man pills.
In bed and save money. If you want to take something like Viagra, they can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Yes, $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. These pills work for men to improve their performance and confidence. You'll love them. And now for the price of 2 or 3 pills, you can get 50 or more for around $100.
I wish she was talking slower. I gotta have trouble writing this all down.
Buy your date a nice dinner.
No, never mind.
This is for Viagra. Call now, order 50 or more of our blue pills, and pay as little as $2 a pill.
Wow.
Save hundreds of dollars.
What is this, the Bruce Pritchard podcast?
Confidential shipping.
Call
The hell are these? What is this?
800-965.
Oh, thank you, Ranger. The procedure was fine. Oh, wait. No, I take it back. We had snow in Seattle, and so the procedure was canceled. So I have not had said procedure.
You hear that? That's the sound of uncertainty lurking under your hood. You know the feeling. I know I do. That sudden sinking sensation.
It's an interesting question, Billy Ann.
Engine light, or your car unexpectedly breaks down, and your face.
The last segment, remind me of that. I can tie that into
things. With CarShield. CarShield is America's most trusted auto protection company and has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. Don't let the fear of a breakdown keep you up at night. Trust the Shield, CarShield, and say goodbye to terrifying repair bills and hello
Alrighty.
peace of mind. Your
Of course, for you,
24/7
anything.
roadside assistance, courtesy towing, rental car options, and
Alrighty.
so much more. Don't wait till it's too late. Call CarShield now before a breakdown. Protect your wallet. Protect your car with CarShield. Get our best protection ever. Call now. You'll thank me later. 800-425-2317. 800-425-2317. That's 800-425-2317.
I am an American veteran. I'm proud to have served this country. Helping veterans is something all Americans can participate in, and it's as simple as donating an old car that you have sitting around. When you call the Veteran Car Donation Program,
Good for
they'll
Ricky
explain
Starks.
how their program works,
Hey, man, I think it
and then arrange
helps Defy, you know. They've had some very unique and successful champions. It's cool.
Motorcycles or vans. Show your support by donating your car and get a tax deduction in the process. Call the Veteran Car
That's very
Donation
cool.
Program right now. They'll come and pick your car up for free.
Goodness gracious.
You get a tax deduction in the process. Call the
Oh, it wasn't a big deal.
Thank you.
The issue is, you know, I'm on kidney meds, so I got to take them at a specific time.
800.
And I don't think I could have gone in there and done it. And taken my med. It was a whole thing. So we'll do it another time. Wasn't critical.
Sports Overnight America from Phoenix.
To Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
Wrestling Observer Live, Jim Valley. You might know me under my YouTube name, I Show Sick. 300 million views for Braun Breaker spearing I Show Speed at the Royal Rumble. Now, a little over 2 million people watched the Rumble worldwide on Netflix, but 300 million saw the spear. So, I Show Speed is 150 times more popular than WWE. Do I have that right? Also, one punch knocks out Akira Tozawa at the Rumble, but he and Carmelo Hayes go over 7 minutes on SmackDown Friday night. What's that about all those people talking about WWE and realism again? Look, it doesn't bother me that they do that with Kenta. I understand you gotta fill time, but these fanboys talking about realism and then ignoring stuff like that gets on my nerves. Last night in Seattle, Washington, the 615-day reign of Kenta as Defy World Champion came to an end. The new champion, Ricky Starks. Yes, Ricky Starks. You might remember him from, well, not much these days. He's been in AEW Purgatory for quite a while now for reasons. Seems like a nice guy. Wish him the best. It's another feather, though, in Defy's cap, is they have a very unique and I think desirable world champion who people will pay to see in Seattle and probably Las Vegas over WrestleMania weekend. I imagine they're sold out, but still. Also imagine Starks will be there. And also, the ref who counted the pin gave Ricky the title, Aubrey Edwards. Also last night in Defy, Golden Globe Award winner Paul Walter Hauser beat Joey Janela in a Seattle street fight. What exactly is a Seattle street fight? Probably the wokest street fight ever. You throw fish at each other. The first person to battle through 12 Starbucks wins. I don't know. I saw a video. Paul did a senton off the stage onto Janela. I'm told Paul took a ton of damage, even though Joey Janela was clearly limited by his torn bicep. Local Northwest Tag Team American Guns, Ethan HD and Mike Santiago reunited to defeat local favorites, heels, the Midnight Heat. Those guys are great. Defy Women's Champion Marina Shafir defeated Samaya by submission. Nick Wayne beat Marcus Mathers with, now see if you can figure this out, a double underhook destroyer. A friend of mine who saw it said he'd never seen that move before. I'm guessing you got the arms in the double underhook and then you flip. Anyway, Throughout the match, they kept teasing a kiss, and the crowd was chanting for them to kiss. So they did kiss at the end. I don't know. Guess you had to be there. Now that sounds like a Seattle street fight. The Bollywood Boys, you remember them as the Singh brothers from WWE. Now they have been baby faces for years in Defy, and they turned heel and bloodied up C4, classic Cody Chun, who you've seen on AEW, and Guillermo Rosas on their way to victory. The Bollywood Boys beat them. And then Sinner and Saint retained the Defy tag team titles in a trios ladder match under Freebird rules. They teamed with Evan Richard to defeat Desperados. However, the big angle came right after the ladder match. Ricochet, yes, Ricochet, came out wearing the Kingdom robe that he won on Dynamite. And he tried for like 8 minutes to cut a promo, but the crowd would not let him. Crowd chanted, F you, you're bold, shut the F up, and Swerve is gonna kill you. Sure enough, Swerve came out with Prince Nana. I believe that's the first time Nana has been in Defy. They confronted Ricochet. Swerve attacked him, but Ricochet poked Swerve in the eye, got away with the robe. Very hot and unexpected angle. People loved it. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Ricky Starks. Does he return to AEW TV? Is this something to keep him occupied before he moves to the next phase of his career, whatever that is? We'll see. Now, if you think that's weird, it gets weirder. Will Osprey showed up Friday at the Eve Multiverse Rumble. He gave a middle finger to someone cosplaying as Triple H, and then gave that person a pedigree before he was eliminated by someone cosplaying as Shane McMahon. Allow me to explain. As you probably know, Eve is a women's promotion in England. They did this multiverse rumble where participants dressed up as different wrestling characters. And Anita Vohan entered the match as Triple H. And apparently Osprey has bitter feelings still towards the WWE chief content officer. He flipped off Anita playing Triple H for giving her a pedigree. And then Osprey was eliminated by Rain Leverkusen, who was portraying Shane McMahon. So make that for what you will. That's very funny, though. A multiverse rumble. I think it's a great idea for an indie show. I don't know if it's something I want to see somewhere else, but it's multiverse, so that's why you can have a man in a all women's rumble event. But Triple H, Will Ospreay, and then Shane McMahon. I guess it makes sense that way. If he gets eliminated by Shane, he's not coming out on top of WWE. It's all tit for tat, and it's all even out in the end. So, coming up on the show, as you probably know, some talent have been reportedly released or not re-signed by WWE. And also, there's an awful incident that has led to the reported firing of a talent in AEW. Also, we'll talk about a very special birthday that's today, and I will slog through Smackdown. It's like when you have 10 pounds of laundry and 5 pounds of soap. They had 2 hours of content and 3 hours to get through. I understand Jey Uso has a long intro and walk to the ring. There is no reason Drew McIntyre needs to take his own sweet time getting to the ring. Also, we'll talk about AEW's Grand Slam controversy and AEW's communication and, I don't know what you want to call it, a marketing issue, a public relations issue, an image problem. Either way, I find it fascinating how AEW has tons of popular talent, yet they get the rub from none of it as a company. We'll explore that. And also, speaking of birthdays, in the chat, Dragon John says today is Siri's birthday. So happy birthday to Siri from Stardom, one of the greatest female athletes wrestling anywhere in the world today. We'll talk WWE releases, some firings, and we'll start a slog through Smackdown. Stand by, Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live. I don't think Tony. I have a hard time believing Tony would listen to Jim Cornette. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he does. He seems like a pretty busy guy. I don't know. Maybe he does. Who knows? Who knows? All right.
The Inside Track. Call now and we'll take you through these new programs. These taxpayer savings programs have never been available until now. Get out of tax trouble now. It doesn't take weeks. It can happen in one
By the way, I like
phone
the
call.
person who said I sound like
Call now.
Brian Pillman.
The Inside Track to get rid
Live
of
and in
tax
Technicolor.
Call the tax helpline now.
Brian Pillman always said that for some reason. Technicolor was like an old TV show. Oh yeah, Scooterman X.
0039. That's 800.
Dude, sounds like Pillman.
0039.
One time I was backstage. No choice. All right. Anyway, one time I was backstage at Defy a couple of years ago, and Lance Archer said I sounded like Johnny Ace. Today now means something completely different. Ooh, that's a bad idea.
Sold.com
All right.
services are free. So if you're
Anyway.
looking to sell, make this free phone call right now and learn how your next home sale can be faster and easier than you ever thought possible. Pick up your
Oh, sorry. Sorry, signed with Sukuban. Good. She gonna have a new name, or is she just gonna be Suri? Suri. Anyway.
7816. That's 800-251-7816.
I'm holding in my hand the American Silver Eagle dollar.
What's up,
It's a
Psycho
piece
Fox?
of American history, and it's 1 ounce of silver.
I agree, Billy Ann. It is tribalism.
These coins are
Like I said, why don't we talk about AAA's booking? Oh yeah, nobody talks about AAA's booking.
The beauty of silver is that however much you have available,
Oh, she's the Sukuban champion?
affordable and easy to acquire with one coin cost.
She's still Suri there then, right?
So, if you choose to invest a few
Or
thousand
Suri.
in silver, you can
Shuri.
get quite a bit for your money, and you'll
Anyway.
have a tangible asset that you can hold, one you can be
Let me
proud to
start.
own. Claim your piece of American history with American Silver Eagle dollars. Call the Silver Hotline right now.
800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. That's 800-620-1624.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
It's Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live. Someone mentioned, like I said, it's Sherry's birthday today, so happy birthday to her. Before we get into WWE releases, Fightful is reporting that Bear Boulder has been fired from AEW, and he was arrested for battery strangulation on January the 13th. the victim is reportedly his fiance. So you hate to hear about incidents like that. That's too bad for everybody. The WrestleMania bloodbath that comes every year may have come early this year. We'll see. It's pretty much a tradition, as you know, that WWE always announces a number of releases not long after WrestleMania. But can we expect more after WrestleMania? I don't know. But I can't say that I don't know that any of the names are shocking. PW Insider and Fightful reporting that the following releases have occurred. Paul Ellering and the authors of Pain, they haven't been used much lately. Sonya Deville's contract is not being renewed. Last time we saw her, she was part of the Alan Parsons Project. What was it? The Pure Prairie League? Electric Light Orchestra? Wait, no. I'm being told it was the Pure Fusion Collective. Man, I saw them the other night at Jazz Alley. Oh my God, it's so good. So good. The hell was that? It should release the person who came up with the name. Pure Fusion Collective. Cedric Alexander on his social announced that he has been released from WWE, and a lot of people speculating that he may end up in AEW, maybe with the Hurt Syndicate. We shall see. And then also released Blair Davenport, who really hasn't done much on Smackdown, wasn't even part of the Royal Rumble. Oh, the Good Brothers has been released. I didn't see that one. I missed that one. I have not seen that. We'll have to take a look. Someone in the chat saying Good Brothers also released, but Blair Davenport has also been released. B. Priestley from Stardom, former Red Belt champion. B may have resting bitch face, but she is the sweetest person. You may remember that Fumi and I called the Stardom pay-per-view during WrestleMania 35 weekend in New York. And, we're supposed to have like a transport take us to the venue, the nightclub. I forget what it's called, where House of Glory runs. But anyway, it ends up we take the subway. So it's very funny. We're on the subway with the whole Stardom roster. They're dressed in their street gear. They've got their rollerboards with their wrestling gear with them. And there are fans on the subway wearing Stardom gear who are unaware they're literally inches away from the Stardom roster. Yeah, that was in 2019. Thank you. God, how time flies. Lots of things have happened to me since 2019. 2019, I thought I was on an upswing. Wrong. Anyway, so we're on the subway, and B. Priestley is, a lot of the women, they're very nice, but they don't speak a lot of English. There's only a handful of young women with us that are part of the Stardom roster that speak English. And B was so nice and so friendly and so helpful to me. I will never, ever forget that. I mean, I don't really talk to her now or anything like that, but B. Priestley is a sweetheart. Oh, she's so nice. It was very funny. When I was a kid, my father died when I was 8. And not long after that, I went to go visit my aunt, his sister, who lived in Orange, Connecticut at the time. She took us into the city on a train. We went to Macy's. And I just remember at the top of Macy's, if you go up near the top, the escalators are made of wood. And I was there in 78 or was whenever I went, and they're there now. And so I was up there having a moment looking at the old escalators, I remember, with my aunt. And, and up comes B. Priestley and who she was dating at the time, Will Osprey. So I say hi to B, and Will is like, he's giving me the side eye. Who is this, Mark? Why are they talking to my girlfriend? And B was like, oh, hey, Jim. And she was like, hey, this is Jim. He does the announcing for us at the pay-per-view. Will relaxed, and we were cool, and we walked back to the hotel together and kind of commiserated about how terrible our accommodations were, because they were. That Pennsylvania hotel, or whatever you call it, Hotel Pennsylvania, across from the Garden, it's garbage. Will was like, there's a rat in my room. I was like, yeah, I know, it's awful. Anyway, but B. Priestley's nice. I would imagine she'll end up somewhere. I know, what did she have? Issues with some people in AEW, I think, but she could go to Marigold. She could certainly go to Stardom. We shall see, but I wish her nothing but the best. She was always incredibly helpful and incredibly nice to me. So I will always be very grateful and have a special place in my heart for B. Priestley. Smackdown Friday night. 3 hours. Pointless. They don't feature new stars. It's the same stars you had before. You don't get more action. Just longer entrances, more backstage stuff, which may or may not be relevant, and unnecessary long in-ring segments. This could still be a 2-hour show. It's fascinating to me. Everything in the world today is now faster. Attention spans are tiny. But this show, it's like it's on half speed. This thing had a YouTube name. It'd be called I Show Slow. Oh my gosh. And someone said, yeah, it's also more commercials. No kidding. It's like, I get it. Everyone wants to eat. Jey Uso's entrance is going to take a long time. I get that. I'm fine with that. There is no reason. Drew McIntyre needs to dawdle as he's walking to the ring. Get your kilted ass in the ring. Everything is just so slow. It's just like they're trying to drag it out. And I hate it. These things are garbage. Katana Chance and Keaton Carter, newest members of the Smackdown roster, announced by Nick Aldis. Show open with Jey Uso. Now, I had it on DVR, so I fast forwarded from the point show opened. Backstage segments of people walking. Recap of the Rumble. Uso's entrance. 11 minutes before Jey said his first words on the microphone. 11 minutes. Cody came out. So happy for Jey. Jey can't decide if he's going to stand across from Cody, challenging him at WrestleMania, or stand next to him as the World Heavyweight Champion. Cody's busted up. He's got fluid on his elbow, and doctor says he needs to take it easy, but that doctor's not WWE Champion. Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga come out. Jacob says, family needs that title back, Cody. Uso hit Tonga with a super kick. Jacob hit Jay with a super kick. Attack Cody. Come back by the baby faces. And boom. We have our main event. Bianca Belair beat Piper Niven. Qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Carmelo Hayes going to face Tozawa later in the show. DIY comes out, standing in the ring, asks the crowd to cheer for your two-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The crowd did not. Out comes Pretty Deadly. You know where this segment's going. Nowhere. Talk about it next. Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live. Thank you.
Are you experiencing any of the following? Fatigue, less drive, poor performance?
I'm experiencing all of those things.
Be one of the nearly 30 million men in the U.S. today dealing with ED. But did you know you don't have to pay hundreds for a prescription anymore? And you don't have to deal with the hassle of seeing the doctor or the embarrassment of going to the pharmacy for a certain pill. Now, with one free call,
that doesn't count.
You can find out how Herbal Virility Max can help you feel like a man again. For over a decade, Herbal
But if you watch
Virility
it,
Max has helped guys just like you.
yeah, watching it on delay,
Their face
yeah,
improve performance and drive. Call today and ask about our buy one, get one free offer.
800-773-5112.
yeah, entrances are longer than the matches.
5112.
Just, I don't know.
800-773.
It feels like, I'll talk about it. I don't know.
12.
Keep listening for a free virus protection offer. Protect your computer from crashing and online scams. According to national research, 1/3 of all computers are infected with some sort of computer malware. And 1/3 of you have been a victim of online fraud. Protect yourself
Alrighty.
with My Computer Works. We're an 18-year-old U.S.-based company with a 4.8 Google rating. We've helped your neighbors protect their computers for almost 20 years. And now you too can be protected for less than $1 a day. Get your total PC home support right now. Call our U.S.-based specialist right now and learn about our free offer. And remember, if we can't help you, our services cost you nothing. So call right now.
800-352-7618. 800-352-7618. 800-352-7618. That's 800-352-7618.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently? And
Oh,
now
yeah.
you can't afford the mortgage payment?
There it is.
Or do you have a rental property and your tenants
There it
aren't
is,
paying
okay.
you? Quick Cash Offer can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home.
Oh,
and
yeah,
get
so there it is.
cash
Yeah,
all
there's,
over the phone
yeah,
without
Fightful's reporting Good Brothers.
safety by showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your home to foreclosure. If you have any equity in your home, we will buy it and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call Quick Cash Offer now before the economy gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just don't want to get the cash you need today.
800-788-1495. 800-788-1495.
Randy Savage.
788-1495.
Somebody gave that to me, which is really cool.
800-788-1495.
I love it.
You are listening to Wrestling Observer Live on the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network.
Yeah, by the way, people in the chat are correct. I checked, and Fightful is reporting that the Good Brothers have been released by WWE again. These guys have got a yo-yo career. They're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. They're in, they're out. Somebody says in the chat, one thing I like about the recent Smackdown, Jacob Fatu getting a live mic. Yeah, he's been great. I think a lot of people knew he was great. So yeah, it's very impressive. But still, the show is so long. I can't wait till it goes back to 2 hours. Anyway, DIY asked the crowd to cheer. They did not. Blah, blah, blah. Outcome's Pretty Deadly. They helped DIY. Didn't get the title shot. Nick Aldis comes out and says, They can have a shot. They can beat DIY tonight. Quick match. The blonde one rolled up Ciampa, holding the ropes. They get a title match next week. Miz and Andrade had words backstage. Cody comes up. Miz asks Cody if they can still be friends. He can still be friends with Jay if Jay picks him to wrestle at WrestleMania. Cody looked concerned. Drew McIntyre came to the ring very slowly. Drew acknowledged being pissed off and storming out at the Rumble, but made it sound like a storyline. He's on SmackDown. He and Nick Aldis have been friends since they were teenagers, and Aldis promised opportunity and that Drew can be himself. Jimmy Uso came out. He's Big Jim, and he needs to win tonight. Punch his ticket to WrestleMania. Drew goes, "Hey, Jimmy." It's very funny. LA Knight comes out, looks into the camera and tells the men it's okay to cry. It's good for mental health. Doesn't make you less of a man. Then he makes fun of Drew for crying. 3 things are certain in life: death, taxes, Drew McIntyre crying. He even called him Drew McIntyre. Knight said he's going to give Jimmy and Drew something to cry about, dashing their WrestleMania hopes. Anyway, then Knight says, "Oh, wait, I forgot to get my stuff in." Talking about, obviously, the controversy at the Royal Rumble. So we had a triple threat match. Drew pinned LA Knight. Knight was going for the BFT on Jimmy when Drew hit the Claymore, and both of them pinned Knight. Backstage segment, Damian Priest, Braun Strowman. Sounds like an elimination qualifier next week. Priest, Strowman, Jacob Fatu. Replay of Kevin Owens injuring Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is out for a while with compacted spine or something. Owens said Zayn is a horrible friend, disgusting human being, and he will never forgive him. Until next time when they team and they're best buddies. So Owens says he will make Zayn pay. So after getting put out of the Rumble with one punch, took Carmelo Hayes 7.5 minutes to beat Tozawa. Now look, I don't care. Those fanboys who talk about realism in WWE never talk about this. Never talk about the superplex on the first Netflix. None of that stuff. No word from anyone on Roman Reigns' health. Jerry Lawler in the crowd stood up, waved to the Memphis audience. Look good. Good to see the king. R-Truth is shown with Tozawa backstage. He left him once he saw Jey Uso. Truth called Jey Uso the king of the ring. Jey said, "Royal Rumble." Then he said Tozawa yeeted on himself before leaving. Cody walked up, asked Jey what he was thinking about when it comes to WrestleMania. Jey said he's undecided, walked away. Charlotte Flair, looking lean. Oh my word. Asked the crowd if they loved her. Some people did, or hated her. Mostly hated. Tiffany Stratton came out and said she surpassed Charlotte. She's tired of being compared to Charlotte and begged Charlotte to choose her so she can show everyone once of all. Nia Jax and Candice came out. Nia Jax getting a title shot next week. Alexa Bliss came out. She beat Candice in an elimination qualifier match. Backstage, a lot of women want Chelsea Green's title. Next week, Chelsea Green's going to win the qualifier, then win the Elimination Chamber, and become the first double champion at WrestleMania. She also told Piper to get her more security. So, see what that means. You can have an entourage. Main event time. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso beat Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. Cody hit the crossroads on Tonga for the pin. Then, a man in a black hoodie came out. Laid out Cody with the Samoan spike. A black hoodie. Where have we seen that before? Oh yeah, all of 2023 and 24. It's the return of Solo Sikoa. AEW Collision tonight, 3-way, trios match, Undisputed Kingdom 2.0, and Daniel Garcia versus Shane Taylor Promotions. Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher, Thunder Rosa versus Penelope Ford, Bandito and Brian Keith in a bounty match, Mariah May's glamorous exhibition match. Also segments, Okada, Buddy Matthews face off, and Harley Cameron in her Harley halftime or halftime Harley concert. You'd think this is going to be the big confrontation to set up the match in Australia between Harley and Mercedes Moné. Now, I imagine we're going to set up more stuff for Collision Grand Slam in Australia tonight from Brisbane, Australia. But what's up with wrestling today? Is it that people are being used to being spoon-fed by WWE? Is it the second string phenomenon that everyone's on their phone and not watching the television? I don't know.
Let's talk about
a few weeks ago, I explained the whole Tony Storm storyline. And guess what? I was right. Now there was one Australian fan upset because he thought it was a pay-per-view. Never announced a pay-per-view. And a lot of fans are upset because they see Collision as secondary show. There also fears it's only 2 hours. Look, maybe it could be not a great show tonight. But, in Australia, AEW almost always delivers solid wrestling. Sometimes the stories miss, but it's not like the old Vince Russo, Disco Inferno, Crash TV embarrassment. You know what I mean? By and large, the major promotions, yeah, you can have maybe a match that's a little rusty or someone's a little off on a promo, but by and large, wrestling today is pretty damn good and pretty damn solid. Royal Rumble, you can say it's predictable and they didn't deliver a lot of surprises, but, it's never a bad show. AEW almost always delivers solid wrestling. Sometimes stories miss, but like I said, it's not like the old days. City of Brisbane's government paying AEW to come in. Given AEW probably wants to come back and get paid again, I think it's safe to say they're going to attempt to put on a satisfying show. They've lined up all their Australian stars in title matches. You'd think at least one new champ from down under is going to be crowned. And their most praised storyline, featuring their biggest Australian star, is seemingly culminating next Saturday. Not only that, here in the U.S., Collision, following the NBA All-Star Game on TNT. A lot of reasons I think AEW is going to put its best foot forward. Not a guarantee, but you would think. But yet people are upset. I don't think they're seeing the big picture. There are more forces pointing toward a great show. Should have some great wrestling. Okada versus Buddy Matthews. That's going to be something if they're given time. This whole thing reminds me of the Spokane Dynamite right before Wrestle Dynasty. I think it was Dynamite. People messaged Brian Alvarez saying they didn't go because they didn't know it was going to be good. What? It's a go-home show before a pay-per-view. That's when stuff happens. If you don't know that, that's on you. Or you're 6 years old. Anyone who's watched wrestling for, say, 2 months should figure that out. 13,000 people, sold show. Well, AEW did have to move from the stadium. 13,000 people. Still a big crowd for AEW. It should be electric, and it should inspire the wrestlers to do their best. AEW's image problem is fascinating. If you and I took a microphone out, like Billy on the street, and asked wrestling fans, hey, what do you think of Samoa Joe? Joe's great. Love Joe. The guy can't miss. Everything he does is gold. You ask somebody, hey, what do you think about Toni Storm? Oh my God, she's on fire right now. What do you think of Mark Briscoe? Oh my gosh, Mark Briscoe's so great right now. Doing it for his brother Jay. He connects with the crowd like nobody else. You could go down the roster. And everybody would go, Christian's doing his best work. Love Christian right now. You know, Cope, not sure about the name, but dude tries every time out. You know, there's a lot of great things. What about Harley Cameron? Harley Cameron's hilarious. Maybe the funniest person in wrestling right now. Mercedes Moné. Oh my gosh, she's had amazing matches with talent all over the world. Hurt Syndicate. They're awesome. You know, but you ask someone about AEW. Tony Khan can't book. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it's amazing. You have all of this talent in AEW who's got tons of goodwill, very well liked, very popular, doing great work. As individuals, you love them. But you put them all together, oh, it's garbage. It's garbage. Oh, it's the worst. Tony Khan, Tiny Khan. Tiny Khan can't book. Tiny Khan needs to listen to Jim Cornette. Needs to listen to the guy at the strip club. Needs to listen to the guy who's getting the deal in the United States one of these years. It's just amazing. Every time, every Wednesday. It's a great show. Oh my gosh, great show. By Thursday, that great show is now a disaster for some reason. It's remarkable. The image problem that AEW has. I guess all because of Tony Khan, I guess. I mean, look, I'm not the biggest fan, and I've said this, of how the Death Riders started. I think all the people in the Death Riders are doing great work, but the start was a little wonky. And even though it's apparently got some shoot in there, the way a lot of these people really think about the roster, you know, I'm not sure the people completely buy that. But I can't deny, every time Mox is doing killer work, Pac is doing killer work, Claudio, Wheeler Yuta, everybody. Marina Shafir, it's probably going to level her up at some point. But I guess my point is, you know, look around. If you're in Australia, think about it. It's a paid show. Okay, someone said in the chat, Jim is AEW's Baghdad Bob. What am I lying about? What am I lying about? Go ahead. I'll wait. Go ahead and type. Tell me what I'm lying about. Give me something specific. Last couple of minutes, what did I say that was wrong? One lie. Where are the lies? You don't think Mox is doing great promos? Mox is doing great promos. Anyway, Death Riders are awful. Look, the storyline isn't clicking. I've said that. Anyway. And someone says, remember when everyone liked the Hurt Syndicate in WWE? They went to AEW. Oh, they're old. It's like, what happened? Hurt Syndicate, I was like, I don't know if we want WWE people in that spot, but they've been outstanding. They have been absolutely outstanding. And hey, someone earns their keep. You can't deny it. So, anyway. Sorry you can't handle the truth. Anyway. So, But it's just remarkable that if you go through the roster, love the roster, but you put them all together under one thing, it's like, it's awful. Look, Collision Grand Slam will be a good show. And I imagine you will get some other shows, other matches outside of what is televised. Oops. So where was the thing at? Someone asked. There it is. Do I think Mox is TK's Cena of AEW? It's an interesting comparison. I think that, they're both willing to put people over. And clearly, at some point, Mox is going to lose to someone. Mox is, it's not like he's not willing to do that. And I think that Tony sees Mox as a leader and a guy who sets an example for the rest of the locker room. So, if he is a Cena, I don't see it as a negative, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't see it as a bad thing. Anyway, I probably got to take a break. Jim Valley, Wrestling Observer Live. All right. Sorry about that. They probably cut me off on that thing. Oh, well, it's like it was playing commercials in my ear. And I don't know why. So, anyway. Oh, what is this? Oh, there it is. That's going to be interesting. You're very welcome, Billy. Anyway, Daniel, where are we? I'm just doing a show. I'm doing a show. Anyway.
Yeah, we already went to break.
Okay. Well, you're playing commercials in my ear. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right. In the chat, we've got someone saying, Brandon Thurston posted Linda McMahon's Senate confirmation hearing for a nomination as Education Secretary set for Thursday, February 3rd at 10 a.m. Eastern. Someone says, damn, the Ring Boys lawsuit not phasing her. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not just going to be the Ring Boys lawsuit. It's going to be Janelle Grant. And look, she's going to be confirmed. There's no question about it. But, understand that the people that support Trump are not going to see and hear anything about the Ring Boys, Janelle Grant, anything. But who knows? Trump has already said he wants to destroy the Department of Education, and he said literally he wants Linda McMahon to not have a job. So we'll see how performative this whole thing is. It's all wrestling after all. Believe me, it's all wrestling. Anyway, thank you for being here on the show. It's Jim Valley. I will not be here next week. The week after I will be. So it's Wrestling Observer Live. All right. Sorry about that. I turned it down and I forgot.
You're fine. You were just talking to the chat, so I figured you were like, you had just thought you went to break, so I just went to break.
There were commercials planned during the middle. I turned them down, and I forgot to turn it back up.
Yeah, all good.
So sorry about that.
All right, no worries. So you're not here next week. If you want to send a show during the week, let me know.
Yeah, we'll see if I have time or not.
Okay.
Hi, man.
All right.
Oh, goodness gracious. What was I going to say? Okay.
Sports.
Whoops. Forgot. They got to go. Let's kill that. Give me 1 second here. There we go. It was kind of a frustrating show. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Must have left the room and left me to go, and then the commercials started playing. Oh. You had stage 4 cancer, Dennis? I'm sorry. Oh, the Kid Valley poster? Hang on. That one? Oops. That poster? Right there? Kid Valley? It's a burger place in Seattle. It's not named. We knew the guy who founded the burger place, but it's not named after us. But it's kind of funny we knew him. Anyway, what was we talking about? Oh, Linda. She'll get confirmed. They'll ask about the Ring Boys. She'll deny she knew. They'll ask about Janelle Grant. She'll deny she knew. And so, yeah. I'm sorry about your cancer, Dennis. I haven't had chemo, but I have had chemo drug infusions for my condition. So, yeah. Of course they all knew Dragon John. Allegedly. Of course they knew, allegedly. Anyway. Dude. I don't know. I mean, Linda was a fixer. Dude. You're not, unless she's not dumb. She knows who her husband is. So, I don't know. She might. I don't know. With what's going on right now, I would be surprised. I don't know. I think Democrats may feel like they've got to vote no on everybody because of all the stuff that's going on with Musk, maybe. So, I think if all the stuff that's going on with Elon Musk, if that wasn't going on, I would think she would get probably some Democratic votes. However, with that whole thing that's going on, I think that it is entirely possible that Democrats are just going to vote no on everybody. But she'll still be confirmed. So it doesn't matter. It's time to forget Medicaid. I mean, I don't know. It seems weird that you think so? Okay. Well, Crash TV 83, if you think she'll get Democratic votes, I mean, it doesn't matter if she does or she doesn't. She'll still get confirmed either way. They have the Republican votes to confirm her. She'll be confirmed. It just seems odd that they didn't put her in another business role. And like I said, they want to, eliminate the Department of Education. And I guess she's seen as someone who can do that, I guess. I don't know. Trying to be as unemotional, most detached. So, dude. I'm afraid with this administration, the McMahons will overall remain unscathed from these lawsuits. Yeah, probably. So, the whole dynamic between Linda and the family and Trump is weird. It's like, are Vince and Trump and Linda, even though Linda and Vince are estranged, separated, what does that mean? Are Vince and Trump still buddies? You'd think. I don't know. It seems odd. And we haven't seen Vince. You would think you'd see Vince at Mar-a-Lago. But no, you see Paul Levesque at Mar-a-Lago. Where is Vince? I mean, seriously. Why is he not at Mar-a-Lago? Why is he not in Saudi? I don't know. Oh, dude, I've worked in government. I've worked in government too. Look, I don't want to get into that. I am sure there is government waste. Of course there is. I don't have a problem with finding efficiencies in government. I do have a problem with it allegedly being done behind closed doors with no scrutiny and no accountability by a person who is a government contractor, who we've been told is going to make his own decision, whether it's a conflict of interest or not. He's already made billions from the government. There's already a conflict of interest. So that's my problem. That's my problem. He's, don't do it behind locked doors so quickly with kids. This is sensitive information. Also running it through AI. AI isn't a fixed technology yet. It's not great, but yeah. Anyway, you're letting government a lot of your life, yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's gonna be people hurt. Yeah. Oh yeah, look, that's the thing. There's waste in the private sector. Of course there is. Look, the government isn't your friend. Corporations are not your friend. No one's your friend. But don't, I don't know. You know what I'm saying. You just want accountability on all sides. And I just don't see this accountability. That's all. But I'm fine with, finding real stuff. Yes, the back room of Target. You're my friend, Psycho Fox. Yes, I'm your friend. I trust you. Yeah, exactly. There's waste everywhere. We're people. That's what people do. So, anyway. But Linda McMahon, no kidding. Oh, don't worry. You could probably find my bank details now or shortly. Oh my word. No kidding, right? ATM and PIN number, all that stuff. It just drives me crazy. I don't know. We shall see how this all plays out. I don't know. Really didn't want to be reminded of it. Thank you for that. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We haven't discussed. Let's see. Yeah, Good Brothers. They've been released. Why was Stephanie's name removed from the Janelle Grant lawsuit? Yeah. Hang on real quick. I did mention AOP and Ellering, thank you. Death Riders, yeah. I get the criticism too. But Mox is doing great promos. Anyway, let's get back to this. Why was Stephanie's name removed? Why was Stephanie's name removed? Well, let's do this. What do we know? Well, we know that the board, including Ms. McMahon Levesque and Mr. Levesque, voted no confidence in Vince and voted him out. We know this. That is public record. Right? Right. We also know that given the information the Wall Street Journal had, somebody from the board the WWE Board of Directors probably leaked to the Wall Street Journal. You know, was it Stephanie? I don't know. But the fact that she was removed from the lawsuit tells me that either she is an ally to the cause, or I don't know, maybe Stephanie's got some sort of stick that they're afraid of. Someone says, doubt it, she's flipped. Maybe she hasn't. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. Someone says circumstantial evidence. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's one of these things. Either they didn't want to sue her, didn't want to put her in it because she's not the enemy. Maybe they don't. I mean, they got rid of Vince. They knew things. She voted no. She knew things. That much we know. Maybe she didn't flip on Vince. Maybe there's something else that is deterring the lawyers and Callis from no longer naming Stephanie McMahon. That could be it too. It's either the carrot or the stick. I don't know. I don't know. We shall see. Look. How do I put this? I hope that Stephanie is seen. You know, they took her off for positive reasons. And that, you know, she and Levesque, in theory, worked together to vote Vince out. And then Vince came back with what he had. They had to vote him back on. It was what it was. They sold the company. Then they pushed Vince out. I would like to think that something like that happened. Did it? I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know. But those are the theories. Those are the theories. And, you know, she's back on, you know, she did the intro to the Royal Rumble. You know, I don't know. Here's what I would have wished. When someone asked Paul Levesque what they're doing for, you know, talent safety, anyway, what they're doing for talent, I wish he would have had a good answer. And I wish he would have, you know, had a better answer. That would have made me feel better. I wish they would announce some sort of talent safety procedures. I wish they would do something like that, but maybe that's seen as an admission of guilt or something that they can't, that opens them up to some sort of legal issue. Maybe that's why they can't do it. I don't know. But I don't know. This is all completely speculation. I do not know. Oh yeah, okay, so Lance was saying they don't have a hero. of AEW. Yeah. Who should be the hero? I think Osprey should be the hero. I think Osprey, Omega, because of his health, we don't know how much he can go. So he can't be probably the guy, who's always on TV again. But, so that's why I think it's Osprey. I think you do Osprey because Osprey, he's still young. I think he epitomizes what AEW's in-ring talent, in-ring matches are supposed to be. I think he's young, exciting. He hasn't been in WWE. Swerve is already there. Someone's talking about Swerve. Swerve is a made man. We need another made man. Swerve can be the guy too. Swerve will be world champion again. Absolutely. Swerve is a made man. One thing I was thinking about, I wish I would have got to talk about this on the show. But I stopped that thing. Hang on a second. Yeah, I did. Okay. Anyway, this today's show is a mess. Jey Uso. They have been around forever. The Usos have been around forever. They're a tag team. And look, there was a time when the Usos were around when they were as cold as ice. The Uso penitentiary, whatever that was. They were prisoners, or Shawshank Redemption. I don't know. Anyway, they have been around forever. And it's just amazing how WWE has been, building them and building them, and Jey Uso is super hot. Over, what are they? They've been there, at least 10 years? More than that, right? 15? How long have they been in WWE? Let's take a look here. How long have they been? How long? Oh, goodness gracious, hurry up. Professional wrestling career. Yeah, 2010. They're in Florida. Basically, okay. May 24th, 2010. 15 years. They've been in WWE. That is remarkable. And he's super hot. Mox, look, he's doing great work. But, it feels like he's a little tired. After this, he probably needs to go away. AEW needs to be able to work on maintaining the stars through their run so they don't seem stale after just a couple of years. AEW needs to work on that and do a better job of that. Someone mentions Kevin Owens. Oh, someone says WWE gave Kevin Owens and Bliss the bag and released talent to equal it out. You got a point. Well, they probably also got to pay for Stratus and Nikki Bella, I Show Speed, everybody at the Rumble. Yeah, Ziggler was there for 19 years, but he wasn't, really the guy, or pushed. He didn't win a Royal Rumble. But it's just amazing how old. Think about it. Think about this. If you're 30 years old, you've seen Jey Uso since you were 15. Before you had your driver's license, you were watching Jey Uso. If you're 25, you've been watching him since you were 10. You know, they're like members of the family. And it's remarkable that WWE, you know, Kevin Owens is feuding with Sami Zayn right now. And look, have we seen this? Yes, we have. But people are still into it. And it's remarkable. You've got all these people, you know, Roman, the bloodline, you know, the Usos, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Drew, I guess, in a way. So many people have been there. So Alexa Bliss, she's back. She's been there a long time. So many people. Charlotte, Bianca now, Bailey. So many people have been there for years. And yeah, they go up and they go down. But they never really cool off. WWE's done a great job of managing the talent and keeping legacy talent so our fans still want to see them. That is, yeah, Seth Rollins. How could I forget Seth Rollins? My gosh, Seth. You know, it is remarkable how they did that. And that's something AEW needs to study and try to emulate because, you know, there's less talent to circulate, less talent to cultivate. And so that's why they need to stick around longer. It is remarkable the longevity that WWE has with a lot of talent. Yeah, Punk counts. Punk counts, sure, why not? But yeah, I mean, Randy Orton. Oh my God, probably the grandfather of all of this. How do we leave out Orton? But it's just remarkable. You know, it used to be in WWF, you'd come in, you'd be hot, you'd lose to Hogan, go down the card, you'd be gone in like 2 years, 2.5 years. You know. Well, someone mentions Balor celebrating 10 years. Okay, not everybody is perfect. Finn Balor. Everybody talking about Finn Balor's didn't get the pop because of his music. No, Finn Balor didn't get the pop because he's Finn Balor. Finn Balor has been so abused in WWE. He's a legendary wrestler, legendary talent. And yet, they haven't. Now, poor Finn Balor. I feel sorry for Finn Balor. Someone mentions The Miz too. But Finn Balor is an example of somebody who is just there. You know, someone mentions Miz. Yeah, Miz has been there 20 years or something. Back when I remember Road Rules. Remember that back then? Gather around, kids. Let me tell you about Road Rules. You know, people talking about Ricky Starks. And Ricky Starks, you know, he's Cody's buddy. You know, I can see him succeeding in NXT. But talking about Miz, remember, when Miz started on reality TV, he was a Rock ripoff. You smell what the Miz is cooking and doing all the Rock stuff. And he came to WWE and they said, no. And he had to redo everything. And it was very awkward, very weird, but eventually he was able to get away from the Rock stuff. And Ricky Starks gonna have to do the same thing. You can't be Rock. There's only one Rock in WWE. And that's Dwayne Johnson. So, but that's remarkable how WWE has done that. And, So there you go. All right. I got to go and edit the show. They get mad at me when I take too long to edit the show. So I've got to go figure out how I'm going to edit this thing and what I'm going to do. So there you go. Yeah, Michael Hayes, but he's backstage. But there you go. Good for Michael Hayes. Anyway, thank you guys. I always appreciate you guys being here. And I won't be here next week, but I will be the week after. So, all right. Talk to you kids. Thank you for everything.